Hey there, guys! Anime Corey 5 here, and welcome to interesting Anime Rant video. There's a lot for me to talk about today. First, to start off with, I would like to honor our dear falling friend, a legendary artist named as Akira Toriyama, who created us with a gracious anime that we started liking around the 1990s to the late 2000s. It was known as Dragon Ball Z. He was a cool, awesome creator. He inspired many of us anime artists, gaming artists alike to create amazing artwork, providing hentai and other cool creative games and shows like Gushing Over Magical Girls, Ghost in a Shell, Bobo Bobo, Bleach, Naruto, many others. And he will be missed. God rest his soul. And I would, whoever has his home address to his family, be sure to write them a thank you card and a sorry for the passing of your son, because he was a great man. He had loads of projects in the works and everything. And of course, there is the whole entire ideal with Sweet Baby Inc. And Sweet Baby Inc., apparently one of them, Chris Kindred, I believe that's his name, or it's either he or her, whatever, he basically casted a big insult about a lot of things relating to Akira Toriyama and his death, which is, you're not supposed to insult a legendary artist like Akira Toriyama and insulting the anime community. The anime community and the fans that follow him and others, that man, Chris Kindred, deserves everything he gets, and I hope karma comes after him, because his whole entire idea is something regarding to race and representation and such. When it comes to watching anime, no one cares about color, about race representation. No one cares. Because you know why? You want to know why, folks? The reason why? Because anime is created from Japan, and most people in Japan are Asians, and some can be dark skin colored, but when it comes to making anime, there are some characters in any given show or a video game. There's always different races of people: elves, orcs, people with dark skin, mages, summoners, you name them. There are many different people of many different races and colors in games. But majority of us don't care, because the only thing we care about is the amazingness of enjoying the great story of creativity. That's what anime is based on. We don't care about anything relating to race or representation, even in gaming. And that is something that us, as gamers and anime otakus, should defend Akira Toriyama's and support his legacy that he left us, because we have to fight to survive. Speak with our wallets. Do not buy any game, and do not support anything that has narrative DEI influence that basically destroys a game and has people projecting and inserting their own biases and political takes in any given medium. That is not how the world of creativity was created. No. In the world of politics, it's fine to talk about that in politics, in the political realm, but in gaming space, in anime spaces, no, you keep that out. And going over the whole entire thing is Well, so far, this whole entire anime season has been great so far. I've been enjoying the two most ones I've been actually enjoying are Gushing Over Magical Girls and Solo Leveling. And yes, there was a little bit of delay in, what was it? I think it was like episode 6? I think that's it. Or wait. Yeah, I think it was episode 6. Episode 6 or episode 7, I forget. But it is good so far. Though the last episode wasn't quite showing much action, but even still, Solo Leveling is a great anime, and I recommend you guys to check it out if you guys haven't been watching up-to-date current season of anime. And there's loads of great animes out there. And what I hope to see in the future is we get to see, a little more action-based and also showing a little more etchier anime content. Now I know, of course, in anime it's not appropriate to show full-on blown nudity because that has to be saved for hentai, but same time, hentai is really just 18 rated anime with a little bit of sexiness and also showing off some sex scenes involved, which is not really decent for a lot of kids to be seeing. But then again, the majority of us are adults. And what do kids watch? Well, they watch a lot of Western stuff like a show named Cocomelon, which I have no idea what that is. And nor do I even care. And probably some of them watch even Has Been Hotel, which I believe you can find out on YouTube and everywhere else. And the one I recently just came rewatching is Panty and Stocking, which is actually funny. And there's a lot of toilet humor involved, and there's one episode where it's the end of the episode actually shows a whole bunch of flying underwear and panties because hey, who wants to see raining down flying underwear and panties all over the place? That'd be a cool entire thing to see. And even showing some nudist representation, which yes, I understand nudity is not something people should be seeing all around because, well, let's just say it's not appropriate for most people who have a really really big fear of seeing something because, well, in their most human nature and their religions, they believe that showing suching so risque is not okay. And I can understand why. And all that good and all that. But still, anime Panty and Stocking is a really cool show to watch, especially seeing Panty pulling off her panties and using it as a weapon, as a gun, and Stocking taking off her socks and using it as an actual sword. Or a katana or whatever. I forget what it's called though. But yes, it is cool to see amazingness of all that and such. And overall, I mean, this whole other season of anime is just good so far. I'm really actually enjoying it. I mean, the Tale of the Wedding Rings is also a decently good anime, though I haven't really been watching it a lot. But still a really good anime if you guys are interested in seeing a guy who gets married and then all of a sudden he gathers the 7 rings and apparently he gains power to fight off an evil lord. That is a really interesting synopsis right there. And all that greatness. And yes, overall, it's been a quite enjoyable thing to see happening. But one thing I will never support is censorship and anything else in between. And anybody who says that that a particular anime needs to be censored, no. If you have a product that you want the world to see, you should be the one who should be creating it. So if you are a developer and you have something to create, whether it's an anime, an art piece, or maybe perhaps I don't know, maybe an anime or something like that. The developer should be the one who has uh, has full rights to create whatever he wants to create. And having someone from a company like Sweet Inc. and telling you what to put into the game or anime or something is not okay. You should not take you should not listen to that particular person. It's your game. You are the one, or it's your anime. You are the one who decides how it should be created. And then of course when you have designers design the characters and such, designers are the ones that follow with what you have put together, and you give them the right to design the character and all that stuff. And yes, I understand you have to have an executive producer, which yes, the executive producer has to comply with that. I mean, if you've ever seen Black Mirror Bandersnatch, which it is an interesting type of 1 hour movie, sort of. I wouldn't say it's a movie, but like it's more of an interactive type of movie, sort of, where basically the main character, he's a developer and he starts working for this particular company, and of course, one of the head bosses, he basically says, "Oh, can you have it done at this point in time?" And and in my mind, I'm like, why should I have it done at this particular time? I will let you know when I will have it out. But I'm not going to have it out on a particular date just because you tell me to. That's not right. Okay? If I'm the developer and I started creating a game, I'm the one who has to, first of all, I have to play test it to make sure everything works right. Now, I can put the game on beta because, having something being on beta, I mean in beta, whether it's open or closed beta, it is actually a good thing because it gives gamers and players a chance to actually test out the product and then give the developer and the team a chance to, to go over if there's any bugs spotted and other stuff. I mean, I've played tested some games. I have. I mean, Battleborn at one point, I remember that was a game, although it failed, unfortunately. And it was like Overwatch, although Overwatch was more successful than Battleborn, but still, I got to playtest Battleborn, and it was a really cool, interesting game. It was a really interesting take. I believe it was made by the Borderland creators, and yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I enjoyed playing it multiple times, even though I should have reported bugs I found. But hey, the humor involved in the game was actually a lot of fun. And there are many other games I've played. There was actually one I just got offered by Bando Namkai, which I was gonna or Namkai Bando or Bandai, yeah, Namco. There was one game that they just offered me. I forget if it was an open beta or closed beta. I forget, but essentially, yeah, they sent me an invite, and I was trying to sign up, but apparently I already have an account, so I may probably get to playtest it possibly. I'm hoping I could probably playtest the next Dragon Ball Z game, because I don't. The thing for me is that I like the old style of just basically one-on-one combat type of thing, from the Dragon Ball Budokai series or the Dragon Ball Tenkaichi series. Those are the type of games I actually liked. I didn't really like Dragon Ball Z Saga. I didn't really like all the spin-off of the Dragon Ball Z fighting games. Nor did I really care to play Dragon Ball Z Breakers. I don't really. I mean, I played I think the beta for that, but I never really actually truly cared for that particular game. But still, looking back at all the Dragon Ball Z games, Dragon Ball Z will always remain in my heart because Akira Toriyama did an excellent job. He did an excellent job of creating the series. And yes, he created GT, which I watched a little bit of it. I never actually got into watching the whole entire thing um, when it came to the GT series. I mean, I watched Dragon Ball. I remember I watched the whole entire thing of Dragon Ball, like, and I basically I think like I skipped the fillers. I think because actually no, come to think of it, Naruto Shippuden had a lot of fillers. Even Bleach, I skipped the fillers. I don't even like the fillers, to be honest. I just like getting to the main story. And if you compare that to what modern day gaming is, due to the fact is that a lot of games come out really woke, terrible, censoring. I mean, okay, Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. That is a horrible game. It has it has like a very low amount of players. It doesn't have like a lot of awesome players at all. Why should I actually buy a game that only has like close to like 500 something odd players? Why? I shouldn't. And yeah, it's awful. I mean, I at first, I was also thinking about, first I pre-ordered Starfield, and then of course like the last moment, I kind of like just got a refund because I felt like, okay, if they're going to put pronouns in Starfield, I'm not going to play it. No, I don't want pronouns. Okay? If you are a man, okay? If you're a man or a woman, there's no need to have pronouns, okay? No need to have pronouns. Now, if you're born like as a transgender man or a transgender woman, okay, sure. All right. You can go ahead and add pronouns, but do not add pronouns if you're a male or female, okay? There's no reason. So you don't need to put he or her, he or him, or she and her, okay? There's no reason you need to. No one cares. No one gives a fuck. Literally, no one cares. I don't give a fuck. I don't know who you are or anything like that. Just like I said in my sweet baby video, I don't care. Whether you are a man or a woman, and I don't really care about your whole political takes because that's not what I'm interested in. If I'm interested in something, I'm going to literally just play something that's actually fun and enjoyable. That is my thing. Okay? Literally. Same way how, I enjoy seeing sexy women on the screen. Women are born to be, women are born and raised in different in their bodies are every woman's body is different, okay? Some women look fat and ugly. Some women look skinny and attractive. I like the skinny attractive types. Okay? I don't care, if they're tall or short. That doesn't matter to me. And you know what? Even like, if they're like, I don't know, like let's say that they're 15 and they have boobs, they're still beautiful regardless. Even if they're slightly underage than me, I still like looking at them. I think they're pretty cool. And even though yes they may be a little bit immature and such like that, even in games, but they're still cool to look at, and I don't have an issue with it. And neither should you. Look at my character I'm playing out on screen. She looks nice and sexy. She looks cute and beautiful. She may be 15, she may be 18, who knows? But at least, she looks nice and sexy. Okay? That's what us gamers and anime otakus love. Because that's how the world runs. The world runs on sexiness. And just like with that character who was like that rich producer or whatever, he said, in America, and America loves jail-baked ass. And that's actually a true statement. Because sex sells. Okay? And and if you are in support of being fat, sorry, I do not approve. Being fat is a turnoff. No, you look. I mean, okay, there are women out there that have like over that look pretty much like over like 200 to 300 pounds. I'm not gonna screw a woman who's so overly fat and like, no, hell no. That's just disgusting. And honestly, I don't care. I'm not gonna do that. I would rather make out with a nice sexy Asian chick than yeah, a nice sexy Asian chick than a gigantic fat American chick. I'm sorry. No, I will not. Cuz, you know, I mean, think about it this way. In Japan and most Asian countries, a lot of women in those countries, they are always young. I mean, they're always nice and skinny. Skinny to average looking, and they're really beautiful. You rarely see a lot of fat Asian chicks around. Okay. Now, okay, when it comes to the male counterparts, that's a slightly different story. But for the most part, Asian women always look nice, beautiful, and skinny because one is, they always stay fit. Here in America, not all women stay fit. Why? Because either A, because they have a food problem, or they have a feelings of neglect from their parents and others. And that's a problem, okay? Seriously. And being fat is not okay. It should be seen as horrible, and no guys like to do that. I mean, want to actually screw. Unless, of course, you're a guy that likes really fat chicks, which is known as a chubby chaser. But by any stretch of the imagination, you're a terrible human being if you actually approve of fat people, of being of fat chicks. Sorry, no dice. Keep your whole fatness away from that. And you know what? If you're trying to lose weight, simple. Here's the solution. Stop eating so much. Cut down on the fat. On foods that can actually cause fat. Eat fruits, eat vegetables, eat a nice balanced meal, and also exercise. And yes, I know a lot of men who do look young, young, skinny to average looking, don't really exercise. I mean, hell, I rarely go out and exercise. I mean, yes, I like to, I like to walk around. That's my only type of exercise. I don't really particularly like running. One is it causes me cramps, and two, I don't know. Exercising is not really my thing. But then again, women do love a guy who has a pack of muscles and is strong-willed. I mean, after all, that's what women like, and it turns women on. Is women love a guy who's strong, who's built in shape, and everything. Now that's not to say that almost every single woman is like that. Some women just likes a guy who's confident, who's attractive, and who looks nice. That's it. That's all women care about. And so on and so forth. And getting back to this whole anime thing, I mean, hell, when it comes to watching anime, I love looking at, at some beautiful chicks. I mean, hell, even like when I'm over at conventions, I see a lot of really incredible artists that create incredible looking anime waifus. I mean, hell, women even go and they even buy anime style posters as well. So, what does that tell you? It tells you that most women love looking at cool, awesome anime chicks, regardless of their age. Because think about it this way: in anime, women never really age. Okay, they never really age because, well, one is they're fictional characters. They're fictional type of women. Now, okay, if you take a game like Kingdom Hearts, well, that basically says that well, Tetsuya Nomura basically wanted Kairi to look a little bit older. But what about Naminé? Naminé doesn't look any older than Kairi. I mean, she doesn't. She looks the same exact way. I mean, Sora met Naminé in Castle Oblivion, and then again, he saw Naminé at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 when they were at the world that never was, which is the stronghold for Organization 13. He actually saw Naminé. Did she look even older? Not really. So there you go. Most women in anime and video games, they never age. They never age. They always stay the same. Unless of course, the developer and the executives and the whole entire team changes the way how they look, then that is basically what the whole entire thing says. And honestly, I love young women and I love anime, okay? Even in video games and all that, okay? I mean, hell, I'm a guy who appreciates women for their beauty and style, even though, yes, a lot of women can either be, tsunderes, yanderes, psychos, whatever. I mean, hell, I forget what's that one name of the character from Tales of Xillia. She's super crazy and everything. Oh my god, I'm forgetting her name. She's part of Gaius's team in Xillia. I totally forget her name now. But, she's super crazy and psychotic. And yes, there are women out there that can be like completely insane. And also there are women out there that are completely manipulative and overall just end up making wrong choices and end up screwing their lives over. And then when they meet and talk to someone older than them, and then of course the older one tells the younger one about something, well, the younger woman refuses to take an older woman's thing at heart, but the older woman thing gets approved. So I mean, hell, I've tried multiple times to even to try and get a woman to just I don't know, to try and get a woman to go out with me, apparently, and I end up failing multiple times. Why? Because obviously I'm not that good at expressing myself, and mostly because I'm more of the introvert. I'm a really introverted person. I don't really like initiating conversations with people. I more appreciate when they actually talk to me. I'm completely opposite of what women want. If I want to go out if I'm wanting to go out with a woman, first of all, if a woman actually comes out and actually says, she actually likes me, then all right, then I can decide if I want to actually date her. But what I always end up doing is I always analyze their personality and their traits before I even consider about going out with one of them. Why? Because I want to make sure that I'm not getting into anything that could either A, get my heart broken and stabbed, because women are really good at lying, and they're really good at manipulating people. But that still doesn't mean that I have something against them. That's totally not true. And I know this whole entire rant is turning into just being all about women, and I do apologize. It's just that I have. It's just that I appreciate women, even fictional women, because hey, women are beautiful, and I love looking at them. That doesn't mean, and that's the whole entire thing when it comes to people like Sweet Baby Inc. Because originally it started out with Ania Sarkeesian, where basically she created a series called Tropes versus Video Games, and her whole entire argument was um, the female characters in video games should not be, seen by the male gaze. Basically, her whole entire thing is women should not be should not look super sexy in any capacity when it comes to a video game. And in my mind, but that's the whole entire point of video games. Video games are all about, an official character is just an actual character model. It's not an actual real woman. Okay, there's a difference between reality and fiction. Fiction is really anything that's real. Wait, no, sorry. Fictional is basically anything that's just created. Reality is something that's real. When you go to the library, there's two sides. There's fiction and nonfiction. When you go to nonfiction, you're looking at books. So something like the history of Japan, what existed, what happened. And if you go to the fictional section, you read books that are created by authors that tell a great story. Okay? That's the power of creativity, because a lot of the people who are creatives, they're introverted, and some can actually be very introverted, and some of them, and also most of them, have a passion for creativity. They don't have a lot of friends, obviously, like myself, because I lack the ability of having friends around me. But yes, getting back to the whole thing with anime to me is just, anime matters to me a lot because it's the ability of telling great stories, and it's an overall fun experience to just watch and idolize a character. Like take Sephiroth for example. I Sephiroth is my ultimate character that I love, okay? Yes, he's an overpowered person, okay? Yes, he's super OP. He carries an 81-inch gigantic sword, and I mean, well, not a giant sword, but an 81-inch sword called I think it was called Mira Musume. So there you go. It's a cool, awesome sword. And overall, he's like my idol. He's my fictional character idol. I idolize him. Okay? I mean, I do idolize some characters like Naruto, like Goku. I mean, Goku can sometimes be like a little bit kind of stupid at times. Well, one is, him growing up, he never really had an actual role model. He never really had, I mean, what? He was born and raised by a guy when he first landed to Earth. His parents died long time ago. When he was a baby, he got shipped off somewhere else. And his two parents, Bardock, and I forget the name of the mother, but apparently, they died because Frieza was basically pretty much an asshole. He literally was a gigantic fucking asshole. Because all he wanted was to be a known ruler. And of course, he also had Cooler. And what did Cooler do? Oh yeah, I forgot. Cooler was essentially, Cooler really didn't care. Cooler really just did his own thing. He didn't really care much, and of course, Raditz, well, Raditz was Goku's brother, although Broly was actually, I think Broly was also his brother, although Broly was an overpowerful god, considering that he was like known as the legendary Super Saiyan. And it's kind of interesting in a way because not much. I mean, Vegeta never really talked about Broly to Goku or anything like that. But then again, Vegeta didn't really have really much to care for Goku, and always thought of Goku as his rival. Even what was it? Sean Schimmel had a thing against. Sean Schimmel had a thing against Goku or Broly or something, which was Vic Mignogna. So there you go. So overall, my only overall thing I have to say, because I know I'm ranting on about different subjects, and I feel like I've been mostly this whole entire thing I've been talking about is mostly the women, but hey, you know what? Right now, my mind is so totally set on this whole thing about women. It's ridiculous. Um, Overall, to me, honestly, I really do hope that hopefully in a couple of years, when things get better, we will have things better than ever. And I know the whole entire thing when it comes to censorship and stuff. I know it won't completely go away, but I know it will be minimized to an extent where basically gaming can eventually go back underground, and it will stop being popular. It will just go underground because the reason like why this whole entire thing is happening, you know, like why gaming is being attacked in other industries is because gaming is right now the most popular medium out there alongside anime. Anime and gaming are the most powerful and popular mediums that people love because it has some really creative stories, and they're a lot more enjoyable than movies or music. I mean, let's face it. Heavy metal and rock are kind of like underground type of music. No one listens to them nowadays. I mean, like hell, if you walk to a store, you'll mostly hear like stuff from a lot of pop artists. Literally. I mean, I don't really like care for Ed Sheeran. I don't care for Maroon 5. I don't care for really any artist that really doesn't input a solo to their songs. I don't care about Taylor Swift. I don't really care for pretty much any pop artist in general. The only artists I appreciate are people who are rock artists and anyone else. I can appreciate All American Rejects, Three Doors Down, Breaking Benjamin, Evanescence, Scarlett, Dragon Force, those types. But overall, that is all I have to say on the matter. So yes, overall, I do hope we get more really good, awesome, etchy anime. We get a lot more sexier, fancy characters. I wanted to get a gushing over vampire. Sorry, gushing over magical girls poster, but there's not really many good ones out there. But if anyone knows any really good websites where I can find some gushing over magical girls, because that's one I actually want to buy because I'm really actually enjoying that anime. It's overall really good. It's actually fun and it's actually interesting to watch some of the girls like completely like get their whole entire clothing torn apart and end up like I still remember like the latest episode that I saw, which was basically where there was actually like what was her name? Bizer or uh, Utina or something, where basically she forced what were the two girls' names? One she was trying to be like an idol, and then the other one was just trying to be didn't really care, but yeah, she forced those two to basically have sex with each other, and I thought that was actually a really cool note to go upon. I mean, after all, my favorite type of porn, which please, for the love of God, do not share that around the net. But I will just say, I do love lesbian porn. I don't know why, but for some reason, I think it's just overall I have like this whole entire fetish thing of seeing two women completely screwing each other. One is because it just looks cool. And then not to mention seeing another guy plow a woman is just not interesting at all, and it's just kind of it's kind of disgusting to me, literally, because it's to me it's just gross. But I like seeing two women, kiss, make out, and screw each other. That's basically my thing. You don't have to like completely agree with me, but that's pretty much about it. Anyways, I keep on going further on my rants than I ought to. But yes, if you enjoy this awesome content, definitely give it a like, comment down below, hit the subscribe button and bell icon if you wish to help support my channel. And yes, I did post the last final epilogue episode for Let's Play Sonic Adventures Director's Cut. And for those who don't know, it's a really cool, awesome game, great series. And I think overall, I really did a phenomenal job on the final episode. So there you go. But yes, the new LP is not going to be posted until the start of the new LP is not going to begin till I think like the 20th or the 22nd, which is going to be either Wednesday or Friday. So I will have one of the videos up by then. And overall, you will see some more anime and gaming rants for the time being, because I do need to keep my channel live. Otherwise, I need to keep myself a little more active on here. And even though I may end up just not being quite, well, I mean, if I don't upload content, it just remains boring and stale. So there you go. But yes, I hope you guys are actually enjoying my LPs. I've got a lot of other LP ideas. I'm gonna look into getting a capture card so that way I can catch some. So that I can do like some Nintendo Switch games, and maybe also some N64 games as well. I may look into doing Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time at some point. The only problem is there are a couple of temples in that game that I really have a hard time with. Mostly the water temple. I mean, the fire temple I think I've kind of like figured out, but the overall synopsis with the water temple is just so confusing, because I mean, like, you know, there's 3 different levels, and it just gets really obnoxious. Really does. I mean, okay, when it comes to infiltrating that one freaking gigantic what is it? That fish that Ruto and the King Zora have or whatever. Man, that one is easy, but man, the boss is kind of annoying in that one. Plus, not to mention, I hate the like those freaking water, like those fishes, those type of fish, horrible creatures that live under it, like where it's like, you know, if you step on it, it just pops out at you. Oh dear lord, it scares me to death, honestly. But overall, that is all I wish to convey. I'm not sure when I'll have my next gaming rant video upwards, but there is a lot of things going on. Again, I do feel sad for Akira Toriyama. He was a really great, awesome, legendary creator, and he really, truly inspired many anime artists, 3D artists, gamers, and overall creators like myself. I mean, I grew up with Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball in general, and because, I mean, Dragon Ball, Bleach, Naruto, Inuyasha, and Pokemon were what I pretty much grew up on. They were amazing stories to tell. Like, they were just overall incredible. And I know, of course, Akira Toriyama had a lot of really cool, awesome projects he had in the works. And I know I'm hoping his friend or his closest friend he has, you know, does help carry on his legacy, because I would love nothing more than to see some really cool, awesome, more awesome anime stuff. And I hope Funimation and all those others, you know, correct course eventually. And I know it's not going to be easy, and I know it will probably take a while for everything to come back to normal, or, well, close to normal. I know everything is not going to go completely back to normal, but I hope gaming and anime eventually just fall back underground, remains back to being niche again, and all these tourists / woke activists and all these people who never really play video games or watch any anime, I hope they get out of all these like companies and websites and such. I hope they leave, because they are nothing but a disgrace to us who appreciate creativity in anime, art, and video games, as well as other mediums like comic books and stories, because this is just overall really like upsetting. It's really pissing all of us off, and we do not need them here at all. And you know what? If you want to talk about your life story, simply just make a book about your life story, or start a website and start your own blog and just talk about it that way. Okay? Literally. No one cares about any of you activists or journalists or whatever, okay? Stay out of it. And for those out there who love playing video games and such, do not support any companies that actually go with Sweet Baby Ink, unless of course there's a particular game that you really like. But speak with your wallets. The more you speak with your wallets and the more you give those companies, if you don't give companies your money, eventually these companies will realize, they will correct course, and they will go back to fixing what they've done. And it will put to question inside their mind is, hey, why are all of these, what's going on here? How come, a lot of our a lot of people, that supports us are not buying our products? We're really low on money. We're not making enough money as we used to in the past years. What's going on? And then, of course, they'll be looking over it, and then, of course, they'll say, oh, I see what's been going on here. Our fans and our fans and our audience that usually likes our games are not happy because a company like Sweet Baby Inc., that we're partnered up with, they're the ones, that are causing us problems. Okay, we need to do something here. Because if we can't fix anything, if we can't seem to fix it, we're going to lose more money. And after all, we don't want to go bankrupt. We need money. We need money to survive. And that is what will happen. Okay? So yes, speak with your wallets. And if you're going to watch anime that's actually creative. Okay? And if you haven't seen Panty and Stalking, watch that anime. You can find it on Anime Wave. You can also find it on Crunchyroll. I don't know if it's on Funimation, but it's a really old type of anime. And there's only about, it's only like, they only have one season. They haven't worked on a second or third season, but it's definitely a well worth watching. It's funny, it's humorous, and overall, you would probably get the jokes. For those who've probably been around since like the 1990s, okay? In the early 2000s. But other than that, again, this is Anime Core 85, and I do appreciate you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time for some more awesome content and all that goodness. So yes, just make sure that if you want to help be supportive, just hit the subscribe button and everything. I am active on Twitter, so join me on Twitter, and you can tweet me over there. I am being interactive with a lot of stuff that's going on between Sweet Baby Inc., Akira Toriyama, and everything else in between. And I did create a Kick streaming channel over on Kick, and I will stream eventually once I have everything together. All right. Till then, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.